To throw it. It's into the end zone. Touchdown.
George back to pass. Open in the end zone. Williams. Touchdown.
George. Bellamy. To throw. He finds Bellamy in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Illinois.
Short drop. Quick toss. Corner of the end zone. Touchdown. Jeff George takes the snap. Looks for the quick out. Throws the hit into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanley Morgan. George just gets underway. Dropping back. Throws to the end zone. George looks, throws, in the end zone, a touchdown! 10 drops straight back, sets up, looks, throws one deep down the far sideline. It is incomplete. Touchdown!
And again, it's a lead flicker. Here it goes from Smith to George to the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown!
Jeff George has a lot of time, throws right into the end zone. Touchdown!
Back is George. Pumps it once. Now he's going to the end zone for thrice. Touchdown.
Jeff throws to the end zone. Morgan. Touchdown. Stanley Morgan.
Goes George. Looks at the Cowboy defense. Throws. Touchdown.
Scramble. Jeff looks, throws. Touchdown.
The number 9 quarterback of the 90s, Jeff George.
He ended up being the first pick in the draft based on throwing the ball in a workout because he could throw the ball through a wall.
As good arm as I've ever seen.
Gonna throw deep. What a play by Jeff George.
Boy, when you watched him throw, you stood there in awe of what this young man could do with the football. Players like Tim Brown would say, the ball, it almost materializes in your hands. It's like he teleports the ball.
For years and years, everybody thought that this was a guy that could be a franchise quarterback.
He was a very confident guy, extremely confident, to the point where I think he was too confident.
Well, he says it's going to be really sweet, and Jeff George is going to lead the team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was late to his first team practice.
Are you on top of everything? You know everything?
Yeah.
All right.
He wasn't a guy that was going to work on fundamentals and mechanics. They got him in trouble throwing picks.
Jeff George made the famous statement that leadership isn't that important. Oh, really?
He just didn't have that ability to rally the group. It wasn't his personality. Just a not emotional guy. Like, he just didn't have that ability in the huddle to, like, just bring the team down the field and go win the game.
Extremely talented, but yet wanted to do things his way. I'll never forget sitting in a meeting, sitting with Jeff saying, tell me about the offense. And he says, first and second down, basically, I'll do what the coaches want. Third down, I'll just look for Tim Brown.
Jeff George, on top of being a huge disappointment and not a good quarterback, was also somebody that nobody liked.
Looking at the sideline and pointing.
Well, I don't think Jeff is going to win that one.
His teammates didn't dig him. His family and friends probably didn't dig him. I'm not sure Jeff George liked Jeff George.
He had, I think, a problem with authority. He really got into it with a lot of different coaches.
And these guys are going at it. Yep. Boy.
For you not to get along with June Jones, you've got to be pretty much, a butthole.
Suiting up with 7 different teams during his 14-year career, George's immense potential netted very little production.
His career winning percentage was 37%. For a guy that played a long time for a lot of different teams and had a lot of physical talent, that's the definition of a guy that's a tease.
He went 1-15 in his second year. He won 1 playoff game in 12 years. How bad is that?
I would say Jeff George might be the single most talented quarterback that never achieved a damn thing in the league.
He can throw the ball like no other.
What a play by Jeff George.
His ability to just throw the football ranks above any quarterback that I've seen during that era.
Jeff George throws right into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Nobody could throw back-to-back passes, that soft touch pass that had to be delicate and really right on the money, and then turn around on the next play and throw a 71.5-yard bullet.
Just caught a bullet.
Jeff George could throw both of those.
Jeff George threw for over 26,000 yards in the 1990s, the 7th most of any player in the decade.
I must have slept on his career stats. I must say it. I plead guilty, NFL Network.
But stats were never the issue for our number 9 quarterback.
Jeff George has one of the greatest arms in history, one of the quickest releases in history. He had everything you want in a franchise quarterback, but he didn't have it here.
Anywhere Jeff George has been, he had turmoil and problems with either the play caller or the head coach.
Every coach who got him felt like, I'm the guy who can turn this guy around.